Rule number 1, form the possessive singular of nouns by adding apostrophe s. This will be review for many English speakers, but there are a few tricks to this that you can get caught up on. Mainly that we add the apostrophe s no matter what the final sound is or the consonant. As I can explain. Charles, friend, as in the friend of Charles. Now, some English speakers say, well, if the word already ends in an S, you don't need to put apostrophe S, you just need to put the apostrophe. That is incorrect. When forming the possessive of singular nouns, you always put an apostrophe S. So, Burns's poems, the poems of Burns. And likewise, even if the sound is S-like, such as the witch's malice, it's still an apostrophe S. This also applies to indefinite pronouns, such as one's rights, somebody else's umbrella. Now, of course, there's going to be some exceptions, and that is pronominal possessives have no apostrophe, such as the book is hers, the tickets are theirs, and sometimes hers is salutation, yours truly, Dr. Kavanaugh. Note, even though these are possessives, they're pronominal possessives, and they do not have the apostrophe S. Here is the big one where native speakers of English get tripped up on, and that is the difference between its apostrophe S and its ITS. IT apostrophe S is the contraction of it is. It's raining, as opposed to it is raining. Its ITS is the neutral, gender, singular, pronominal possessive, such as if you're referring to a dog's bowl. Its bowl is by the sink. I see this mistake a lot in essay writing, people confusing IT apostrophe S with ITS, but there's a very simple rule you can remember, that there are no contractions in a formal essay. If in a formal essay you happen to write, it is raining, you're going to write out it is. Versus if you're talking about something that belongs to something else, it's going to be ITS. Now, here are a few other exceptions, and I wouldn't blame you for stopping the video at this point because now I'm really reaching. But ancient proper names ending in ES or IS usually just get the apostrophe added to the N. Same when referring to the biblical Jesus, Jesus's teachings. However, some people still feel that doesn't sound right, it doesn't look right on the page, and so they'll simply go to using the word of. And depending what your native language is, you may find this makes perfect sense. Instead of saying Moses' laws, the laws of Moses. Isis's temple, the temple of Isis. So remember, when forming the possessive in English, you can use of, although quite often it sounds smoother to use the apostrophe S. In closing, I'll remind you that this rule is for the singular of nouns. When we have plural nouns, they're usually already ending in S, and then we just add the apostrophe. The Kavanaughs are invited to the party. Can you please pass me the Kavanaughs' invitation? Or you may be familiar with the poem In Flanders Fields, and the way you see it written here is the way it is in the poem. But if you're talking about the fields that belong to the Flanders family, again, you would just add an apostrophe. There are corresponding questions that can go along with rule number 1 if you'd like to do that and have me look it over. Otherwise, feel free to ask me any questions.